What up, Heat Nation? We're back with Madden 21 action, and today we're going over Pistol Spread Part 2. Today we're going to look at man blitzes, some man coverage that you guys are going to most likely see in your online head-to-head games, and we're just going to break it down and show you guys that we love it when people blitz against us or call man defense. So let's hop right into it, the ever so popular pinch bucko. And then, of course, in our man beater, we're going to go into Y corner. Now, remember, guys, if you haven't seen part 1, I highly recommend doing so because we're not going to go over what we did in part 1. We are just going to build upon it. So it might get a little confusing if you haven't seen part 1 yet. Of course, link to that is going to be in the description. So you guys could see we're in pinch buck O. Even the safeties are manned up to the slot receivers, and we have an overload blitz coming up the middle, and the user typically has a running back responsibilities. We can tell that it is a man blitz because the safeties are directly over the slot receivers. But if we were to audible to a 2-man under, you can see the safeties shift back to the center field. And if we go into a cover 3, then you guys would see obviously the safeties shift in a cover 3 style. And then if we go back to pinch buck go, you can see the safeties shift all the way back to hovering over the slot receivers. So when they set up this blitz, typically they show blitz so that they can get some pressing animations from the outside corners, and then they have running back responsibility. So now that we have identified that it is a man blitz, we are going to follow our reads accordingly. Miller is going to be on a streak, Gronkowski on a slant. Those are the two audibles you make on the play. And our reads are going to be LaShawn McCoy on the motion flat, Evans on the corner, Godwin on the zig, Gronkowski on the slant. So it's just like in our man beater in part 1. The only difference is the fact the user is going to have running back responsibility. So chances are you're not necessarily going to have this route day in and day out like you typically would, because he's going to try to take that away from you, because of course that is his responsibility. So we want to make sure that we're going to assume that it is taken away. So we have technically 3 routes on the field. We have Evans on the corner, Godwin on the zig, Gronkowski on the slant. But we are afraid of throwing it to Gronkowski because, as you can see, the running back causes the defender to be behind so badly that he is actually in position to hit the corner, to intercept the corner route. As you guys saw, that a user, since a user is going to be having that responsibility, he can just bait, he can, act like he's going to the motion flat, making it so you can't throw it because he's right there. But last second, he's going to backpedal to the corner route and pick it off there. So accidentally, the user is going to be able to guard 2 routes at once. So what we're going to do is we're going to isolate the corner route. And we're going to do that by putting Miller on a smoke screen and LaShawn McCoy on a running back block. That way, because it is an overload blitz, you can now block the blitz and hit the corner out without an issue. So now the user has no reason to hit the sideline, meaning he won't have enough time to get to the corner route, making it you can easily pick it off and turn upfield, as I do a nice possession catch, the exact opposite of what I want to show you. So what we're going to do is just flip it and then go to the other side with Gronkowski. That's what you have to do when you're in this formation. Consistently flip so the user doesn't know what you're doing, and then just like so, turn it upfield and then take it for a score. Like I said in part 1, typically you want your fast and best receivers in the slots just to make sure that once you get a catch, you can turn it upfield and go all the way. So as we set it up again, one more time just to show you guys that now you can see the cornerback dip down to the smoke screen, making it so Godwin is isolated on his cornerback. And because the cornerback is actually a safety, we expect Godwin to actually absolutely torch his man for a touchdown, just like so. So of course, if the user happens to guess correctly, let me set it up as the blitz way, we can hit Godwin on the slant and then turn it upfield again. Because there is no safety, all he has to do is beat his man and then turn it upfield. And then of course we can flip it to show Evans could also beat his man. Just like so, we set up the play. So if he guesses the other side of the corner route or whip route, then obviously you take it to the other side. And then as you can see, Evans, slow as a turtle, is able to take it upfield for a touchdown. And then we'll showcase Gronkowski on the slant, just because why not, even though we already know he's going to absolutely torch it. And then we could see if he was any faster or any better route running, that would have been a touchdown on himself. So I audibled into nickel double A gap mid blitz because that is also a popular blitz, and I wanted to just showcase you guys, not because you have to run anything different, but because it's still set up the same. You can still see the safety over here, Maya, he's still directly over the slot receiver. Now instead of the middle linebacker having blitz responsibilities, the safety does, but the concept is still the same because whoever you throw the route to, it's still going to torch their man, and as long as they beat their man, then it is going to be taken for a score. I just want to showcase that it is the same, and it's not you tricking yourself into thinking it's something different. You read the field accordingly because it is a spread offense. They can't necessarily hide what they are doing, so you're able to read, dissect, and act accordingly. And now I audibled into nickel normal over storm brave. You can see same concept, same responsibility. The safety is still over the slot receiver. Running back or safety still has running back responsibilities. Everybody manned up and no safety over the top, meaning whatever you hit is typically going to be for a big solid gain. I just want you guys to not overly think about it and read the defense and act accordingly. So a very popular defensive coverage is 1-4-6 cover 2 man, and what they'll do is they'll put the safeties on purples, and then with that one blitzing middle linebacker, they'll user him and try to take away as much as they can across the field. It is a very good coverage defense because you're not going to get beat deep, and the cloud flats or the purples, they play the intermediate routes very well. But in pistol spread, we really like it when they call this defense because it is a home run hitter, just like a man blitz. I'll show you guys. So this is what the defense looks stock. What happens is they will do this just like so, and then with the free player, they'll be roaming across the field. But luckily for us, they motion flat by LaShawn McCoy. It needs to be manually guarded with a user in order for it to be stopped. Therefore, we really like forcing it to LaShawn McCoy until the user gets there himself. As you guys can see, there's no line of coverage between the middle linebackers. That safety on the purple is the only person in the way. Unfortunately for the safety, he does not get there fast enough to make a play, so you know you're going to get a decent gain out of it as I set the play up once again. So we know the user is going to be dipping down for the running back, so we could eliminate him from the play. So what that means is we can move on to our other reads because we're going to assume that it got eliminated. So we have the purples out, and we're going to look at the corner route this time. Unfortunately, the safety plays the corner route very well. Unfortunately, Scotty Miller made an amazing one-handed catch. That's not going to happen in your online head-to-head game or MUT game, so we're going to assume that that got boxed up and taken away by the purple. So the next read, of course, we're going to look at the zig. Set up the defense. We're going to look at the zig now by Gronkowski. And he got pretty boxed up. Purple route was right there. Cornerback was right there. Unfortunately for this offense is you're going to need 4 good receivers that could beat man. That is the only downside in this offense, is requiring 4 good receivers. Unfortunately, there is no regs team with 4 good receivers. Tampa Bay was my best option, but I'm going to showcase why I swapped Godwin and Evans from the slots to the outside. So you guys could see our default Y corner has Evans on a slant and then Godwin on a post. What we're going to do is switch Godwin back onto the slant like how I normally do, but we're going to leave Evans on his slant as well. So we're going to set up the defense like so, and then we know our user is going to be dipping down for the running back. So since we can't throw it to the zig, we can't throw it to the post, we have 2 reads, and that's going to be the slant and the other slant by both the outside receivers. Fortunately for us, because we have great route runners in the outside in Godwin and Evans, they're going to absolutely torch their man. And because the safeties are playing purples, they are not going to be over the middle to make a play. So if we catch it and run, it is probably going to be a touchdown. User out of the way, slant on Godwin, turn it upfield, and we'll go down. We'll do it one more time. User out of the way. We'll go to Evans this time. Turn it upfield. I forgot to put the safeties on purples, but you guys get the gist on how that was supposed to look. Let me do it one more time. Safeties are on purples. Godwin on a slant. Play is set up. And now let's rock and roll. There. Godwin torches man. Turn it upfield. And we're going to go down. As you guys could see, man defense is no issue against pistol spread. We love it when they call man, and we love it when they blitz out of man. It makes our life so much easier. Now, of course, I do want to reiterate, we haven't even discussed running the ball. You should be running early and often. Of course, I'm the worst with run stick. I almost never run because I just feel like I can pass the ball much easier. But of course, that is part 2 of pistol spread. In part 3, we're going to be talking a lot about zone and zone blitzes, because zone blitz concepts change throughout blitzes and blitzing assignments. So it can take a little bit more of breaking down in order for you guys to really understand and attack and utilize what kind of zone blitzes and zone and how it works. If you guys like the video, make sure to please like and subscribe. We have just hit 100 subscribers, so I'm immensely happy for that. But good luck, everybody.